Welcome back to Squawk Box. The medical house call is getting a much-needed update. Heal is an app that attempts to deliver comprehensive in-home care on demand. Joining us right now is Nick Desai. He's the co-founder and CEO of Heal. Also, Dr. Drew Pinsky is here. He's the advisor to Heal and, of course, a celebrity physician and somebody that I've been watching and listening for many, many years.
Apologies.
No. Help us understand what Heal is all about. I think the quickest way to explain it, but you tell me, is it's the Uber of doctors. Is that right?
Yeah, in the app experience, it's very much like that. You go online, go onto our app, you take a picture of your insurance card and credit card, you say when you want a doctor, and a doctor will come to your house, and it's a real live in-person house call. It's different than Uber or any other on-demand app in that we accept your insurance plan, and we're covered by most insurance plans in our markets. So the cost of a Heal house call is no greater than going to a doctor's office and a lot less than going to an emergency room or urgent care.
And what markets are you in and what markets aren't you in yet?
Well, currently we serve most of the major markets in California, San Diego to the Mexican border, the Mexican border to the Golden Gate Bridge minus Fresno, and then the Detroit the Washington, D.C. metro area.
How quickly can I get an appointment? Because that's my biggest issue with the doctor's appointment. If I'm calling, it's because I'm sick right now,
yes,
or I have something I want
Call
to
Heal.
get right
That's
now.
it, right now. Just do it.
So,
Here's what drives me crazy. There is infrastructure in burdening medicine wherever you look. It's bureaucracy, infrastructure, liability.
Can't get past the gatekeepers.
Anything that takes the doctor and the patient outside of that is going to be better care, more efficient, less cost. You're paying for that doctor's office, their personnel, their billing procedures. You're paying, if you go to urgent care, you are paying for all that machinery and all the people running around. You're paying for that. You want a doctor's judgment. You want the attention. You want a quality physician, which is why I got involved with these guys. They handpick all their board-certified people, and that person's there, and that's your doctor, and that's all you want, and you want it
so
now.
How easy or hard is it for you to attract good quality doctors? Because I'm going to say that if I was a killer doctor, if I was an amazing doctor, I might want to hang out in my office all day. I don't think I'd necessarily want to run
Why?
around.
You're making less money. You're paying for overhead. Here, the guys get to do what they want to do, take care of patients, and they get paid better than having to deal with all the infrastructure. People don't understand.
So the doctors are getting paid more.
Well, the average doctor spends in an office will spend 700 hours a year of unpaid time charting bureaucracy and paperwork, and they leave every day frustrated because they only got to spend 7 minutes with the patient. With Heal, you're getting to spend almost 30 minutes with the patient, and there's no unpaid time.
But a lot of that overhead, I mean, somebody's got to be keeping the books and doing all those things. You guys do that?
Well, that's the software that we built. So the first year of our company, my wife is our chief medical officer and co-founder. I'm the nerd. Me and my team of nerds built software that took out the entire business process of medicine and put it in software that reduces operating costs by 65%. And that's what makes Heal possible.
I mean, when you consider this a private sector solution to one of our problems?
100%. When I heard I thought, well, I'm in. Because immediately, I've been practicing medicine for 30 years. I know where the problems are.
I just wonder.
Solve it on the private sector side?
Yeah.
I wish we would.
I'm just wondering whether, I'm looking at this, I know you saw this, Dr. Drew, and that in the UK with the National Health. It's 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3 weeks to get an appointment to see a general.
Right. Yeah, talk to your friends in Canada who come down here to get care.
But aren't you? Isn't it gone in 3 weeks? I mean, what you were calling about by the time they show
it's
up,
much worse.
Listen, the infrastructure. I could tell you horror stories of the infrastructure already in place.
There are a lot of people that think we're on a inexorable slide to single payer.
Well, the problem
are we?
If we are, there needs to be other alternatives. Right. And that's not such a bad thing.
And the problem is that people in Washington, whatever side of the aisle you're on, they're talking about the wrong P's. They're talking about policies and premiums and not how to get patients and providers together, right? The solution to healthcare is not cramming more people into the waiting room. That's part of how we got this opioid epidemic, is that demanding patients ask for things from doctors who are overworked and overstressed, and they get them, and they're looking for a quick fix. A doctor needs the 30 minutes to say this is just a cold, or you need ice for this sprained ankle.
Do that though?
Here's the problem with the nurse. Here's the problem with the nurse. Yes, many times nurse practitioners could do it. All the liability flows to the physician. So that physician still has to spend time reviewing, making sure, calling. The family says, I want to talk to the doctor. You got to make that call, or the liability is still all yours.
Tort reform, another thing.
Tort reform is another thing.
Right. If you're doing house calls, are you taking blood? Are you doing all of the things that you might do in in a doctor's office?
We come equipped with a curated kit able to do anything that's done in our doctor's office, anything that's urgent care.
I'm going to interrupt, Nick. The biggest problem we have is people believing that this is as inexpensive as it is, and the care is as quality as it is, because they don't understand what's wrong with medicine, which is everything that's around the doctor and the patient.
Second question, can you get the same doctor a second time?
Yes.
Meaning, okay, so the first time I'm going to get a new doctor, obviously, because this whole experience can be new to me. But the second time I really like this guy, or I don't like the other doctor, then what do I do?
Well, what you do
is
is
like an Uber star system. I'm rating the doctors? Or?
No, you just set the doctors you like as your PCP in your app. And when you book on demand, we arrive, to your question, within 98 minutes. That's our average. And that's 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
How many doctors do you have right now?
We have in California about 100 doctors.
And how old are they? Are they mostly younger doctors? Because I can't. A guy who's like in his 60s or something is going to change the way he's been doing business.
A couple of guys were older, like
some
my
of them
age.
are. Some of them are just tired of the rigors of practicing in the conventional
It's not
way.
rigor, it's the frustrations, the misery. There's misery in medicine.
Can I ask you, while you guys are here, big news on Friday is a potential takeover between CVS Caremark and Aetna. In your business, your line of work, would that be a good thing or bad thing for the healthcare industry?
I think that's, to me personally, an interesting comment of how afraid the whole world is of Amazon. But it is, for us, actually not that impactful directly, because ultimately, we're where the rubber hits the road. Care starts with you and a caring doctor who's qualified and has the time to take care of you, and that's where heal starts. And then whether Aetna's giving you your insurance or CVS is managing your PBM or a local pharmacy is delivering the pills, that is less relevant to heal.
Do you see a day where Amazon, you just talked about Amazon doing all of that and maybe even buying a heal and actually providing, I mean, do you expect a full-on...
Your mouth to God's ears.
But for enough zeros, yes.
There's another piece of this, though. You hit all my hot buttons. Now my last one is that people mistake Googling and knowledge and WebMD with what doctors' judgments provide. You cannot look at the information and gather about what a second-year medical student knows and then understand we do 12 to 14 years of training after that to be able to apply that knowledge. Don't confuse your Google search with our medical training, and people do.
Don't Google.